Hey guys, this is alvisi. Welcome to Pro Sports Nutrition. A couple weeks ago we did our grand opening. We had a really big party out here in the parking lot. Actually, MD just posted the video collage today, and I saw it for the first time. I thought it was pretty cool. So I want to thank Robbie and Butch for that. It looked really good. So we're just closed up shop for the day. It's about almost 8:30 at night. And we're gonna go train. What I usually do is train twice a day. So I train midday around like 2 o'clock, and then I'll go back after I close the store for the day. So a typical day for me, store's open 7 days a week. So I'll get in here about 9 o'clock in the morning, open up, and I'm here until about 2 o'clock and break away, go train for a couple hours, come back, and then here till we close. And it's pretty much like that 7 days a week. So we're gonna go catch a workout, my second workout for the day, and you guys come check out my gym. See, that's what I'm talking about. Right there, Max, look, turn around, look. That's it.
Hey guys, this is IFBB Pro, alvisi. Today we're doing a leg workout, actually just focusing on quads for this workout. And just now getting into my off-season mass phase, and decided just to try some different things going into this mass phase. And usually I stick with like 10 to 12 rep range, but I decided that for the next probably 6, 8, 10 weeks I was going to try something new I haven't done in a while, and try to do a little bit more strength training. So after I get a couple of good warm-up sets in, I've been focusing more on like moving a little bit heavier weight. So I bring my reps down to maybe 6 to 8. That way I can kind of save my energy for the heavier sets. And I just was going to experiment with that for a little bit and see if I couldn't shock my system into putting some more muscle mass on for this season. Yeah, one of the reasons that Robbie came down here to film me this weekend was my fiance Ava Cowan and I just recently opened up our own sports nutrition store. It's called Pro Sports Nutrition. We're in Delray Beach, and we actually opened October 1st, and we just did our grand opening. It was really huge success back in January, and you guys probably just saw the video up on the homepage of MD. It was a really good turnout. Everybody had a lot of fun. We had a competition. A lot of vendors were there. We had a lot of support. But you know, the reason why we decided to open up a store was that it's kind of like my exit strategy from bodybuilding, because a lot of times you know, I've seen guys in the past get caught up in being a professional bodybuilder, and before you know it, your career is coming to an end, and you haven't really set yourself up to have something in place for after it's done. You know, I didn't want that to be the case for myself, so we decided that we'd keep it in the industry and you know, start a business that we could build up, and we'd have something, you know, something to do so that we wouldn't have to reduce our lifestyle, you know, after we're done competing. Because if I'm not on stage competing, obviously I'm not going to have an endorsement contract, and you know, everybody knows that you know, this is not a cheap sport. You know, if you want to live this lifestyle, it's an expensive hobby if you're not making money at it. So you know, I thought it was probably in our best interest to keep it in the industry, and you know, just take advantage of all the connections and relationships that I've acquired in the industry over the last 10 years. And obviously I had a lot of people that, you know, do have stores, or people that own companies that, you know, I got some advice from before I decided to open up the store. And you know, it's just been a real easy fit for us, just because I've been in so many stores myself all around the country and even in other countries. So you know, it was kind of seamless just to jump right in and open up a sports nutrition store like ours. And the good thing is, we own the store. You know, we pretty much can carry any product that we want. And my goal is really, I just want to basically be able to offer the best stuff and give people the best advice. You know, our motto is learn from the pros, and you know, our customers really like to be able to come in and talk to myself or talk to Ava and get advice from somebody that actually lives it, as opposed to you know, a corporate-based store where they wouldn't necessarily get, you know, real advice from somebody that actually does it. So I know our customers really appreciate that, and you know, they like to come in and pick our brain and, you know, try stuff out. And you know, we always have all kinds of samples for people to try, and it's a lot of fun because honestly, Ava and myself, we've been doing this for years, you know, in other people's stores. So you know, we go to expos and we talk to our fans and friends and everything else. So you know, it's just kind of seamless for us. So, and you know, Rich Gaspari's supported us 100% because you know, he likes to see his athletes go out there and do things in addition to just being an athlete. You know, you also have to have some type of business perspective, you know, on the sport too, because obviously you hang those posing trunks up, you better have something in place. And last thing I want to do is get caught in a position to where, you know, my income from bodybuilding is over, and then I have to figure out something else to do. So it just seems like a good fit for us. So now we're working on some Smith machine squats here, and the main reason why I usually use the Smith machine, especially for this movement, is because over the last few years I've had some issues with my low back and just having pain in my low back from just years of wear and tear from training hard. And I was in the military years ago, and we used to jump out of airplanes and, you know, getting slammed into the ground, you know, time and time again. I guess over time that takes a toll on your on your spinal cord or whatever, especially when you get underneath of, you know, 3 or 4 plates. That compression can kind of it could cause pain if you're not careful. And what I found is that when I do the Smith machine, I can actually kick my feet out a little bit further ahead of my hips and just kind of transition where the compression is being felt, and I feel a little bit more in my quads and the hips as opposed to my low back. And just that little bit of shift of the direction of where the compression is going helps to kind of keep my back from flaring up, and I can still press out, you know, a considerable amount of weight. And it seems to work. My legs have really responded to doing it this way, and as long as I keep my low back from flaring up, I can keep training like this. So it's worked really well for me. Yeah, one of the things I want to touch on is the different styles of training that I've been experimenting with over the years. And probably back when I first started training seriously, I would always kind of like pyramid up and try to go as heavy as I possibly could. Usually, you know, when you're new, probably one of the things that suffers is your form, especially if you're trying to lift really heavy. That's just something that you just have to learn, and it just comes with time, and it comes with, you know, training with people that are experienced that can kind of point things out, like, you know, going too heavy, and, you know, if your form is sloppy. So, you know, as the years have passed, I've always tried to I really try to just focus on the contraction and really feeling the muscle group working. And for instance, like with this leg training, you'll notice I'll warm up with a lighter weight and do a few sets and go with a little bit higher rep, and then once I'm warmed up, I've been recently just trying to focus on lifting heavier weight. So I've been doing lower reps with heavier weight, but then I always finish out my workout with a higher rep, high intensity, high volume type of movement, so that I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds. So in the beginning of the workout, I'm getting warmed up, and then I'm doing some strength training and just trying to move heavy weight for me, just depending on the movement. But then I switch it up at the end and do more volume so that I can just really pump a lot of blood in that muscle. And you know, I really respond well to that. And my leg training, usually I do legs twice in 1 week, and for some reason when I started doing that, my legs noticeably started to grow more. And I don't know if it's just because of just constantly keeping blood in there and just constantly inflamed, or what it is, but for whatever reason, I notice when I train my legs twice in 1 week, as long as I'm recovering and eating enough and getting enough rest, they keep a lot fuller. And if I just drop it back to just training them once a week, I'll start to lose that fullness after about 5 or 6 days. So for me, it seems to work. Of course, you know, the only way you're going to know that is if you try it, and it's really important to make sure that you're recovering from those workouts. Yeah, one of the things I want to touch on is the fact that I split up my leg training. During the same day, I'll go in and I'll train quads midday, and then come back and train my hamstrings that night. Or I'll do the opposite and train hamstrings midday and then quads at night, just depending on the day and how I feel. And I'll do that twice in 1 week. And the reason why I do that is because, you know, the intensity that I train at, I just don't think I could get the most out of either workout if I tried to squeeze all of my quad workout and all of my hamstring workout into one workout. I just don't think I couldn't put enough behind it just to really get the most out of it, because I would just run out of gas. Especially like you see on this quad workout here. It's pretty demanding, and for me, I mean, I gotta be honest, after we were done with this workout, probably 15 minutes after we were done, as I was walking out to my car, I had to go over in the bushes and throw up. So, you know, you've obviously pushed yourself pretty hard if your body decides to make you throw up like that. And you know, I had to real quick call Robbie so he could laugh at me, and so we got a good laugh out of that. But the funny part is, my training partner, he threw up before me, but he actually made it to the bathroom. I waited till after the workout was over. But you know, that's kind of funny. I can laugh at myself because I know that I'm not leaving anything on the floor. And obviously that doesn't always happen, but at least I know I'm training so hard that I don't think I could train much harder, you know, if I'm going to make myself throw up like that. So I feel pretty good about that. It was actually pretty funny to me. So this finishing movement is something that actually Hani put together for me, and I'm sure he's used this with a few of his other clients, but this is pretty serious, and this is obviously the reason why I threw up at the end. It's pretty tough to do, but after you go through and you do all your heavy compound movements, we finish off with this high volume routine where we start with 2 45-pound plates on each side of the leg press and do 20 reps. And then we go to 3 plates on each side and do 30 reps. And then we move up to 4 plates for 40, and then 5 plates for 50 reps. And then the heaviest is 6 plates on each side for 60 reps. And by the time you get to that set, that ended up taking about close to 1.5 minutes of time under tension with those 6 plates on each side. And that's a lot of time under tension. I mean, typically most sets are probably going to be 10-15 seconds depending on how many reps you're doing. And you know, it's a big difference when you're repping out that many reps. And it's not super heavy, but you know, once you pyramid up, I challenge anybody to try that out. And unfortunately, once you get to the 60, it's not over. That's just actually halfway, because then we come back down and do another 50 reps with the 5 plates, and then strip a plate off each side and do 40 reps with the 4 plates, all the way down to 2 plates for 20 reps. And yeah, once you get up there around 40, 50, and 60, you got to dig pretty deep. It doesn't feel good, but it really makes a difference for me. It definitely pumps a ton of blood in the muscle, and sometimes, you know, if you're not ready for something like that, it could make you sick. But my legs have responded tremendously to doing this program, and I've been toying with it on and off for the last couple years, and I've definitely made some improvements in my legs over the last couple years, and I know that this is one of the movements that's done that for me. So as I said, I'm kind of just kicking off, you know, my mass phase here, and the focus right now is just to put on some quality muscle over the course of the next few months. And then we're going to start looking at bringing my condition back in, and my goal is to go back to Dallas again and requalify for the Olympia. But this year I plan on doing the Olympia. Last year I decided to skip the Olympia and focus on bringing up some areas that I wanted to bring up and more size before I step on the Olympia stage. Also, you know, I was right in the middle of opening up the store, and there was no way I was going to train for my first Olympia and be right in the middle of opening up a sports nutrition store, because it's not something you can kind of do half-assed. So I really had to focus on opening up the store and getting that rolling, and then you know, this year now I can kind of buckle back down and try to make some serious improvements to my physique, so when I come in at Dallas I can be improved, come in a little bit bigger, and then you know, if all's well, you know, I'll qualify for the Olympia again and see how I can hang with the big boys. So in closing, I just wanted to thank my sponsor, Gaspari Nutrition, for all their support, and you know, I want to thank my fiance Ava Cowan. She is 3 weeks out from doing her first Arnold Classic, so she's looking really great, and we're excited about that show, and I'll be there to support her, and obviously I'll be in the Gaspari booth. And be sure to check out our new website for our store, which is prosportsnutritiononline.com. And yeah, check us out, look us up, and you know, if you're at the Arnold, come by the Gaspari booth and come say hello. Yeah, if you ever want to drop me a note, you can go to the Gaspari forums on gasparinutrition.com and just click on my profile there, and you can check out my blogs, or if you could leave a message, and I'll get back to you. So thanks for checking out my workout.
Hey, what's up, MD? It's Ava Cowan here, and I'm holding the brand new Muscular Development. It's April 2011. As you can see, Arnold's on the cover, and inside it's really cool because there's never before seen pictures of him, including a nice poster right there, and oh my goodness, who's on the back? Look at that, that's really exciting. So you gotta pick it up, get your copy, March 1st.